It's time to win some leagues, baby. It's time to get down to the nitty-gritty of what can dominate a fantasy football league. And we are and always have been and probably always will be a very running back hungry group. We're going to always be attacking RB, bobbing and weaving as people go, oh, wide receiver's the way to go. You can't go you can't go running back in a best ball underdog draft and win, Smitty. We will. Because we believe we can find the values at wide receiver. Now, this is not saying I don't draft wide receivers early or don't prefer some sort of a balanced approach walking out of 2025 fantasy football drafts or on underdog. I certainly love balanced approaches as much as anybody, really. But when it comes down to it, sometimes the best player available 8 times out of 10, 7 times out of 10 might be RB and RB in rounds 1 and 2 because of the aftermath of all of the saturation of content that says, go wide receiver, go wide receiver, go wide receiver. And then what happens is we're left with value at RB, value in round 2, even value in round 1. There's value. You can get a steal at number 10 overall, 12 overall. Anywhere in the draft, you can find a steal. If anybody tells you a sleeper can't be what you make of it, what I define with my descriptive term, first round sleeper, second round sleeper, I've been doing this sleeper stuff longer than anybody you can find. So if I say I'm going to draft second round sleepers right here, or talk about fourth round sleepers right here, the descriptive word lets you know. And the sleeping part, are people sleeping on the player or not? Doesn't matter if they're deep sleepers or early round sleepers. If people are sleeping at the wheel, they're sleeping at the wheel. And we're talking about that tonight. And we'll draft on underdog code Smitty. Make sure you hit that link that's in the live chat pinned. It's in the description of every video. I'll drop the link one more time. Code Smitty gets it done as well. That show, ladies and gentlemen, that show begins right now. File on in.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
So with that whole little intro, by the way, thank you, Sam. Sam says best fantasy show out there. Wheel Snipe Selly dropping the 5 gifted memberships already. Wheel Snipe, we're going to send you to Mars, young man.
To Mars.
5 gifted memberships already from Wheel Snipe. Wheel Snipe is the man, the myth, the legend. Guys, we're with the descriptions in the intro that I gave. We're diving right in to the sleepers that live at the top of the draft, and that would be in the round 1-2 territory. But we're not going to find a whole lot. Bijan is obviously too high. Gibbs is too high. But to call any sort of, crazy value, even though they can win leagues, Bijan at 4.3 is a value. But Genty has no business whatsoever living at this 1.12 turn pick. And you can say he's a big name player. Again, I don't care. I don't care what anybody else says about what a sleeper should be. I don't care what anybody else says about what a steal can be. You can't steal someone away in round 1, Smitty. You can, because this could be the number 1 running back in fantasy football. And let's talk about, we're going to go from Genty down to unknown guys, deep calls. We're going to take this deeper than the top 10, just so you know. So let's put Genty on the board first, and then we'll go straight down. We're going to start off with Genty. Achane would be next in terms of ADP. And at the end of the day, you got to think about it like this, okay? What running backs do you take? What running backs do you not take? If that's easier for you to digest this episode, do whatever you got to do, Greg. Do whatever you got to do to make this easier to digest the title and the thumbnail. Because they're, Smitty, you can't talk about this guy. You believe this guy? He's talking about Genty and Achane being steals. They are, Greg. They are. 12-13 turn. No business being there. None. 0. He should be going 6 overall, 5 overall, 7 overall. And maybe in your mom and pop league, he goes 9 or 10, but right now on underdog, he's going 12. I'm pairing him up with BTJ, or in some cases, we still look at Nabers at that 12-13 turn. I do believe we need to, and I'm going to say this probably for the next 3 weeks every single day so people understand my Nabers take, because it's going to be a confusing one moving forward just because of the toe situation, the fact that he will eventually need surgery. There is concern. There is reasons to panic about this situation. So if you're looking for a reaction from me, I'll give it to you right now. I'll tell you my reaction. I'll tell you my stance on Nabers. I think you gotta have some shares in Nabers. You just can't not have shares in Nabers. But you need to approach this in a very conservative and smart fashion. Draft him when he falls, and don't grab him at his 6 or 7 ceiling ADP, because even if he's the best wide receiver in the National Football League for 8 straight weeks, first month he's the best. Second month he's the best. 9 weeks in, Smitty, he's the best. This is the best draft selection I've ever made in my life. And then week 14 comes, and the Giants have 4 wins, and his toe feels like it's played 14 games. And they say, let's have the surgery now. That way he has the entire rest of this year and season. Is December, he has maybe even some of November, whatever they end up deciding to do this. This is a very likely scenario. So you need to draft him. He looks unbelievable. In Dynasty, you shouldn't even consider selling him low off of an injury that's not long-term once he gets it taken care of. And he looks phenomenal when he's playing. He's out there today looking so amazing. He looks like Jamar Chase. He looks better than Jamar Chase out there right now. That's how good he is. He's so good. He's so good. This is the next Jamar Chase. Or we talk about other receivers and we go, this is the next Malik Nabers. That's where we're at. That's where we're at. He is amazing. He's playing with hospital ball Russ Wilson. He's got a carousel of garbage, and his team sucks. He's still doing it, but can't you close your eyes for a second and imagine week 14, they've got 4 wins, they've got 5 wins, they got 7 wins, whatever it is. Just they're out of the playoffs. And his toe has gone through 14 weeks. A toe that he said they have to manage. They have a management plan on his toe. I'm just saying, this could be one of those, he leaves you at the altar. It's amazing. The relationship between you and Nabers from weeks 1 through 14's butterflies, buttercups. He's bringing you roses. He's taking you out to dinner. He's never letting you down. He's listening to everything you say. When you talk to him, he sets his phone down. He stares at you while you talk to him. Tell him about your lineup woes and says, I'll fix it for you. What can I do to help? Week 14, 15, 16 comes along. He starts changing. And he leaves you at the altar. He goes to get ice, and he never comes back in week 15 because he's in the hospital having surgery. We have to prepare for that. We also have to prepare for that might not happen. And at what point do we package in the risks that it could happen into our deciding to draft Nabers? And for me right now, it is right where Genty is going. It's that 12-13 territory. And if anybody's saying, Smitty, he's not going to fall there. We've done underdog drafts already. He's going at 11 and 12. Now, he had an amazing day today. He looked phenomenal out there. Maybe he climbs back up to 7 or 8. We'll have to see when we draft tonight on underdog, and we will draft tonight on underdog. Right now, he is safer at 12. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't draft this man at every turn at 12, but you need to have some shares. You need to avoid some shares. That is the way you have to approach Nabers this year. Don't run away. Don't run into the flames and scoop up everything. I'm going to have to say this probably between now and 3 weeks, 4 weeks from now, pretty much almost every day. I'll get faster at saying it, but we need people to know where we're at on Nabers because it is a very tricky situation. As for Genty, you can make strong arguments that he's safer than Nabers with that considered. That's why the 12 spot's really good for Nabers. BTJ, you can make arguments that it's just a little safer. You know, the offense, the quarterback situation. Russ always looks great whenever he's asked to do a drill or a cone drill or, you know, throw at the Pro Bowl into the little targets. Russ is great with that. Scrimmages, he's fine with that. Russell Wilson in practice, blue 32. Yeah, no one's going to hit me. I'm not seeing ghosts at all. Drop back, throw a nice little moon ball. Once it becomes game time, he screws up. It all gets messed up. Nabers will be fed hospital balls, concussion balls. There is some risk involved. Genty is a very, very safe 12-turn player. And you grab Genty and Nabers together there if Nabers does indeed fall to 1.12 because of the toe situation. Or today might have wiped out those gains. We don't know. We'll find out tonight when we're drafting. As long as one of you doesn't snipe Nabers at 7 or 8 to try and test it out. This is a baller. The only other player that enters the chat right here at the very top of the second round, like bottom of round 1, would be our boy Devon Achane. And Achane goes right around this territory. And I will say this. I would take Achane at 1.12 if I felt a little frisky at the moment. I'd take him at 12. And let's go back over to this board. This board's a little bit more attractive for this type of situation if we're trying to, we got a lot of players on the board. Goodness gracious. Let me see if I can get everybody cleared off. There we go. Genty is going right here. Devon Achane is going right here. Devon Achane right there. These are the two biggest, whether you like it or not, Greg. Whether Greg likes it or not, I don't care what Greg likes. We got a $20 hauler. Let's get the $20 hauler taken care of. This one's from Dean. Dean says, Smitty, feeling a CMC mix and 1-2 punch coming on this list. No, Dean. No, unfortunately for you.
Take a big lap.
We haven't sent someone on a $20 hauler lap before this offseason. We've done it before, but not this offseason. No, you're not seeing a CMC and mix in 1-2 punch. But I think that might have been a joke that Dean was throwing out there. I'm not sure. Dean, appreciate your $20 hauler. You're the man, the myth, the legend. First lap of the year on the $20 hauler. These are league-winning running backs. I take these guys on the same team. I've got the 12, 13 picks. This is glory. I draft this all day long. I draft this with a smile. I draft this, then I drink a warm cup of hot cocoa and go straight to bed with a smile, dreaming about Achane. I dream Achane's throwing the ball to Genty. Genty's catching it. They're giggling, and they put their arms on each other and just walk off into the tunnel. And then I wake up the next morning. I'm on the clock in the third round, and I smash Garrett Wilson if you dare.
Let him cook.
Am I right? Right? Can you imagine that? Genty, Achane, Garrett. Now, Garrett doesn't always fall to the bottom of this round, but he sometimes does. You know what also is very glorious? If you ever find yourself in a bind. If you find yourself in a bind at the end of this, first of all, MHJ gets doubted by everyone and their mother. So he might be here for you as well, potentially. But you know who? He's kind of the rotational piece. You know who I love in this situation? Probably more than any player as a wide receiver in this specific spot is Rachaad Rice. You get Rachaad Rice as one of these two wide receiver spots, and you're sitting pretty. And if MHJ doesn't, for whatever reason, fall, this isn't the end of the world. I just want people to know that you go a little bit early on the Travis Hunter. You could, if you're in a grandma league, Hunter usually does fall into deep 5, so you want to make sure you go that route. So if you think Hunter can fall, try this out. This is probably. Can I get a hand raise in the chat, or an eggplant emoji, or a fire emoji if you, Smitty, approved this wide receiver room? This would allow you to bask in the glory that is RB, wide receiver RB. And for me, this is where I get real happy. This is my happy place right here. I could get behind this team real quickly. This is a solid squad. Genty, Achane, Rice, Hampton, Hunter, Debo. Can I get a hand raise on this one? I think Smitty approved this for all of you.
Let's go, mashed potatoes!
Yeah, buddy.
I mean, seriously. How are we not loving this squad? I don't see one non-eggplant emoji right now. I don't see a thumb down. I see a hand raise. I see a Europe. I see a hand raise. I see eggplant. I see eggplant. I see eggplant. I see some sort of monster with an eyeball from Vader. You straight up listed my Dynasty team. There's more eggplants galore. I'm going to have the mods approve these eggplants. YouTube thinks that we're doing something dirty here. So thank you, mods. I don't know what mod is doing that, but thank you for the overtime on that. Eggplants need approval when you put like 7 or 8 of them. Yeah, I got a brain. I got a brain emoji. I don't see one of you that's saying that this ain't it. That this ain't the peas and carrots. Look at this thing. So when somebody says, I just don't understand the value of RBRB, I say, see Exhibit A, Greg. See Exhibit A, Greg. It's right in front of your face. Throwing a little Mahomey at 7. This is a glorious team. Back to the topic at hand. Achane, Genty, Marvels. And again, these are big names. I'm not a moron. I understand some of you, Greg specifically, some of you are like, how is this helpful? It's helpful because you ask me every day. A lot of people ask me every day, who do I take in round 1? Who do I take in round 2? Who do I take in round 3? Well, guess what, Greg? I'm putting it all out there right there. Running backs that you need to grab. If you don't hear me telling you to grab other running backs, they're probably not on my list. You hear me saying CMC's name? No. Do you hear me saying Jacobs' name? You do not. Do you hear me saying JT? You do not. Smitty, you're listing all the running backs. I obviously am not. I'm listing the running backs that I would take. I'm listing the running backs that are monsters. I'm listing the running backs that win leagues, one of which is right here. Number 3, exhibit number C. Number 3. Maybe tied for 1. Honestly, the value. Getting this man at the tail end of round 2 is disgusting. It's literally disgusting. Genty has to go bye-bye because Achane's got to go bye-bye. Rice doesn't necessarily. Let's put Rice and Hunter and Debo over here. We might use them in a second for some sort of build that would come from this situation. So hang tight, gentlemen. Just hang out right over here in the corner if you would. I'm gonna toss them in the corner. They're not drafted yet. Hampton, same thing for you. You're definitely going to be used in this example, I think. We'll put Hampton over in the corner. So Bucky Irving is going in this late second territory, right around, I would say, in grandma leagues and mama pop leagues and non-best ball leagues, in your work league, in your water cooler league, and Edna's. You're probably getting them around 20, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Could I see him going 14 or 15? I could. In a grandma league where they kind of don't know what they're doing and they take the players where they should go. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like in a grandma league, in your least experienced league, Bucky will go higher. And it's because they don't know and it makes them know. You know? It's like the worst. It's the worst in the ESPN league. The guy you want the most ends up somehow getting never devalued throughout the entire offseason. The offensive line concerns, nothing gets through the person, and they just draft Bucky where he probably should go, but you're hoping that everyone else is, following suit with the doubters. But his steal territory, anywhere between 15 and 20 overall, it's league mother freaking winning. You're just winning leagues, plain and simple. And then you look at a player like Lamb Chops, who you're probably going to get up at the first round pick. Let's drop Lamb in here somehow. Let's put Lammy right here. Lamb going in mid to early round 1. Bucky going in late 2. And then we get to our next gentleman that is a league-winning, amazing running back. These are all the running backs I love taking from top to bottom. Greg's upset. Greg's upset because I'm talking about big-name players right now. Greg would rather have less content. Greg wants me to refine things and says, Smitty, you should do only deep sleepers. This doesn't jive with me. I'm going from top to bottom. Is that a problem? I don't think anybody in here that's consuming content on a regular basis has a problem with me going from top to bottom. Value Kyron, 3rd round, league winner. Look at this team. Look at this squad right here. And then let's go back to Rashee Rice. Let's put Rashee Rice down here. And we probably wouldn't get Hampton here. We might get Hunter. We're talking about a top of round 5 pick, so he probably falls in most scenarios, especially non-best ball, because people aren't consuming wide receivers at the same clip. So we're probably looking at, we'll get Hampton off there. Can I get like more eggplant emojis if you like this team better than the last one? And can I get just a moderate amount of eggplant emojis if this is a team that you maybe think is equal to, or right around there? It's not less than. I mean, I know all my people. You guys are gonna love this team, but can I get a appropriate amount of eggplant or fire or thumbs up or whatever, hands raised, to signify how amazing this team looks for you? I got one eggplant emoji from Vader. I got a plethora from Blanco. Dean is dropping them like it's like it's 1973. Joseph's just dropping the singular eggplant. We got Sam. I got to approve all these. I think my mods are on it too, though. Snoopy's dropping probably 10 times the eggplant emojis he's usually dropping. And yeah, so this looks, regardless, this looks pretty good. I think we got a winner no matter what, right? I think we got a winner no matter what anybody says. This is a Smitty approved team. We're cooking.
Let him cook.
What a squad. Do I you know what I feel like sometimes? And I know this sounds really arrogant, but I feel like everybody else is playing in our world. How are we the only ones that see this? How are we the only ones that look at this, and a whole community's like, what in the hell is going on that screen right there? Whatever it is, I want it. I want it now. In 5 leagues, I feel like we are very like-minded. We collect like-minded individuals, and we congregate in one place. And when we see this, 99.9% of everybody watching is the term used in the chat, getting juiced up. We're getting really hyped when we see something like this. We got another super chat from Bryce. Bryce says, rank DK, Devontae Smith, Pickens, Sutton, Worthy, Tet, JMO. Probably DK. DK, Worthy, JMO, Smith, no. DK, Worthy, JMO, Pickens, or Pickens, JMO, Devontae Smith, Sutton, Tet McMillan. That's how I'm going to rank that. All right, back to the board here. Thank you for the super chat. I'm looking at this thing and this is glory. And then who's the next player that enters this equation as a monster steal? Somebody that we might have to, we could get in the 4th round in some cases, probably not from this draft slot, but other top of round 4 we could get him. So we could swap that out. But this might be something where we don't get Kyron because this is a non-best ball league, and Kyron goes in round 2 more than he goes in round 3 in a non-best ball and everyone says I do only best ball. I don't. I talk non-best ball, best ball, dynasty throughout almost all of my shows. I'll start doing a better job of addressing dynasty on and off throughout every show all the time. That way people feel like, hey, when I watch this, I get so much dynasty content literally every 5-6 minutes. I'm going to do my best to incorporate that more. But I do non-best ball a lot. Whenever I'm explaining anything that I feel like would vary, I say it. And in this case right here, I don't think you're getting Kyron in a non-best ball in this mid-third, top of third half of the time. But you will get Hall. And Hall's another name, another one. There's 2 running backs right here in round 3, Kyron and Hall, that can win leagues for you and be top 5 running backs. There are no other running backs, but maybe one of the rookies or all 3 of the rookies, once they get on their horse, but that might not be some total 17 weeks of that production. It'd be a prorated version of it. But I can't think of one running back that has more top 5 running back appeal than Breece Hall or Kyron Williams. And Chase Brown. Once you get to this territory, this is the same conversation. Chase Brown, Kyren Williams, these are league mother freaking winners right here in round 3. Chase Brown, Kyren Williams, Breece Hall. Nobody. I can't think of another running back. I look down the running back list in round 3 on. There's the 3 rookies, Hendy, Harvey, Hampton, but per game, we don't know when, but per game, absolutely. There's nobody else. Kamara, too old. He'll fall off. Jacobs, I think he breaks at some point. And if not, I think there's some regression there. Kenneth Walker, will he stay healthy? Derrick Henry's higher than this. McCaffrey goes around 1. There's no other run. These are the three lone gunmen. These are the lone gunmen. We'll create a video for that. The 3 deepest or top 5 RB potential guys, the lone gunmen. We got a new thing here, the lone gunmen.
Let's go, mashed potatoes.
Let's write that down. Lone gunmen. Lone gunmen. Got it on the board. And not to confuse the lone gunman with with any sort of like gifted memberships. I think we could put the cowboy emoji because we have. I think we're gonna be okay. Use the cowboy emoji. Anybody have a lone gunman emoji idea that's not gonna conflict with our super chat emoji that we have for this? Because New Age Outlaw he's kind of coined the cowboy emoji, right? Somebody give me, squirt gun and cowboy hat maybe. Lone gunman emoji, double emoji. Use that for the lone gunman. This is the lone gunman right here. Or if anybody has a better name, let's see, the three amigos. 3 amigos is pretty good. Lone gunman or 3 amigos? 3 amigos could be 3 cowboys in a row with the squirt guns. Ballers. Now we get to the nitty gritty. Achane, Bucky, Kyren, Chase Brown, Hall. 3 rookies. Boom, boom, boom. These are my favorite running backs that I'm drafting over and over and over in different variations, different combinations. These are the guys. Of course, I love Bijan ahead of these guys. I'm not a moron, but those aren't steals. I'm sorry, where's Genty? Let me put Genty up here. Like this is like the tiers of it, if you will. It would be like this. These 2 would be tiered together. Kyren's even though Kyren lives in the lone gunman, the 3 amigo tier, he belongs in this tier with Bucky and Achane. It's wild how it tells you how valuable Kyren is. Truly does. Of course, these are not necessarily values, but just so people don't crap their pants and think, Smitty, what happened to Gibbs and Genty? Gibbs and Bijan. And then so this crew here, you got Achane, Bucky, we got Genty. Where's Genty at? These are the running backs I'm drafting in. And you might say, okay, Smitty, you listed all the running. I didn't. I left so many players off. Barkley, Saquon. There's so many players that people are going to be up in arms that I've left off. This is me narrowing it down to the players that I want you to draft, the players that I'm drafting. Of course, Bijan Gibbs at the top. I like Henry. I'm not saying Henry's a bust, but I'm not drafting a lot of Barkley or Henry for injury concerns. I'm not drafting CMC. I'm not drafting JT. I'm not drafting, as I said, Henry. I'm not drafting Jacobs. I'm not drafting Kamara a whole lot. I'll draft him a little bit. This is where it's at right here. These are the tiers, essentially, of everything. This would be tier number 1 at the top. Tier number 1 at the top. This is, let me redo this. Tier number 1, we'll put it right here. Tier number 1 at the top. Tier number 2 right here. Tier number 3 right here. Tier number 4 right here. These are my favorite crew of backs. But then when we get past this, what are we looking at? What are the players that tickle my fancy in a way that has me up here tonight talking about this very topic that we talk about a lot from different angles? It's Charbonnet. It's Dylan Sampson, and not no particular order, but kind of like almost in a somewhat of jogging my memory as I spitball this, I might move someone ahead, but like in no particular order, really, just where I'm kind of feeling, dragging these guys on screen. I think, and I'll move them around as I go. Benson is certainly a league winner. This is a guy that I cannot stop drafting right now. Honestly, it's between Jaden Blue and Benson when I get around that territory. And in one moment, I'm drafting nothing but Jaden Blue. Then the next minute, I'm like, damn, I'm drafting more Benson now. I love Benson. Benson's going to tear it up this year. Garendo is a freaking league winner. All these running backs, I want to own every single one of them on a roster. Tootin is fantastic. Bashal Tootin has so much upside, but there is concern and risk that, he fumbles the ball away and doesn't ever get a shot. But I think that he was drafted for a reason. Love Ray Davis. Love Jaden Blue. Like the combos, like Bigsby and ETN. But I'm just gonna right now. I'm gonna slim it down a little bit and just kind of like make a commitment to one of the players, and I'll make the commitment to Blue. It's just mainly because the cost of entry is free. Blue. Or did I say Tootin? Did I say Blue? Tootin. I'm gonna make the call on Tootin versus ETN and Bigsby if I had to. But I think you do need to draft. All of them. I'd say like you start moving it around like this. It's like Sharbs, Blue and Benson kind of tied right here. I think I'd probably say that they're tied together. I'll put them right here. Garendo, let's see here. Garendo and Ray Davis. I'm drafting both these guys at a similar clip. I've got players like Elijah Mitchell. We got Mitchell here. Keaton Mitchell, and who else have we got? Rachaad Smith. I love Rachaad Smith. Rachaad Smith, I'm almost going to put Rachaad Smith with this Garendo tier. I'm going to put him slightly in his new tier here with Sampson and Tootin. I think that does make sense. Sampson, Rachaad Smith, Tootin, and Mitchell tier. These guys are all kind of, I think, really close together, and they deserve to be drafted kind of in the same space. We've got Sean Tucker's more of a cuff, but love him if you need a running back. You've got Jordan James goes with Garendo, so know that. Jarquez Hunter is an amazing cuff to grab. Pacheco with Rachaad Smith, if you can make that work. Not going after Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt is a wait and see. Definitely love him, but he's a little bit further down. You could almost say that him and Scattaboo are. You wonder if they're going to get the proper shot. We want them to. We don't know if they for sure will. If they do, the sky's the limit. So I'll put them in a tier right here. I know some of you are going to say, where's my guy? Where's this guy? Where's Caleb Johnson? How come you didn't list Joe Mixon? Like, I get it. This is how I'm feeling. This is my show. These are the running backs that I want you guys to draft. These are the running backs that I am drafting. And from top to bottom, I'm kind of tearing them off. Taj Brooks is nice. I already said Jordan James. Tyler, pay attention. We've got Mason. He goes a little higher than the average Bears here, but he certainly belongs in this category. Bigsby, again, we're leaving off by design just to make a commitment on one of the three RBs. Chuba's too high, Monty's too high, Jacob's too high, Walker too high. Scat, we got in here. Aaron Jones, no thank you. Mixon, hell no. Pollard, no thanks. Tajay Spears, maybe, is somebody we need to start drafting a little bit more. At least a convenient clip of Tajay Spears. Nothing crazy. So we'll put him probably, I would say he belongs at the end of this one, not necessarily in the Scat and Krosky-Merritt section. Wright, nah, I like Wright, but I'm not interested in that with these players. These are just a different breed, man. These are league winners. Wright, I don't know that Wright's good. I don't know if Wright's winning a league as much as these guys. I think this is it. This is who's Junkins? Who's Junkins, Timmy? I don't know who Junkins is. Brian Robinson, no thanks. Is he good value? I suppose. This is it. These are the boys. I would say this is tier. I would say this is tier number 5 right here. I would say this is like 5A. This right here is 5B. This right here is tier 6. and this is tier 7. I don't think I left anybody off. It's very possible that I did. I don't think I did. Dial in.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Dial in, dial in, dial in. Would love to hear your thoughts on this crew right here. What do you make of what you just saw? What do you make of it? How do you feel? How does it make you feel? Does it make you feel warm and fuzzy? Are you upset right now? Nick Chubb, nah, not a league winner. I think he's going to play very well when he's called upon, but he can't. I don't think he can last. He might be. He could climb into like the Mason Benson blue tier, I suppose, if he proves healthy and Mixon is down for the year or something. But Mixon's coming back, so I don't think Mixon stays healthy. But I don't think Chubb stays healthy either. Sam, you're live.
Hey, I sent it in a super, but what do you think about Giddens, DJ Giddens in Indy?
Okay, Sam, super chat. I like him, but I don't like his situation, bro. I just think that if JT went down, he'd be decent. I think he'd be for sure a waiver wire pickup, and we talk about him. He's on the waiver wire board, but you know the most recent that we put up. But it's not like if that situation. Let's jump into a weekly winner real quick. Underdog promo code Smitty. Smash that. Underdog will match your first deposit 50% on your first deposit up to $1,000. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get into a weekly. Smash. Do it live. Giddens is interesting, my boy, but I just don't. Maybe it grows on me. But if something happened to JT, I just think that their offense is going to be so bad, and they're not going to live in the red zone. So Can you? Somebody's got the background noise there, speakerphone or something. He's not gonna. He's literally going to not live in the red zone, my boy. So it's hard to imagine him, not just having to survive on yardage alone. I can't picture him playing phenomenal all year long, getting the touchdowns he needs but as a free option, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, the quarterback situation definitely is, bad, but I don't know. I just like the player. He's pretty shifty. He got a little bit of speed, so
yeah.
I don't know. Waiver wire.
Mm-hmm. Well, we have him on the waiver wire. Let me go ahead and put up. I haven't taken a look at this in a while. Let's see what the most recent waiver wire board. We're gonna do another video really soon. Oh, we did this one. Travis, do you remember the last time we did the waiver show? It was like what? Was it 2 months ago? A month and a half ago?
Month and a half, probably.
Look at this, man. Brashard Smith, Dylan Sampson was there. This is before any Judkins situation. I haven't touched this thing. Corey Krosky Merritt, Keaton Mitchell, Taj Brooks, Manungai, Hunter, Giddens is on there. Sean Tucker, Jordan James, Neal, Lloyd, Gordon, Chubb. See, Chubb's still on there. We're still respecting Chubb. But now he rises up certainly a little bit. And then, the draft started. So I guess you could put like Chubb like right where Taj Brooks kind of is, I think, and above Manungai. And then look at that. Look at those wide receivers. Royals, Horton, Restrepo. Nash no longer is an option. Let me go. Hold on. I'm on the clock here. I'm drafting from. This is weekly winners. I'm drafting from the 9 spot. I guess I'll go Genty. We'll go Genty here. Let me go back to the board real quick. This is cool though. This is seeing this. We got Gadsden there before his rise. Arroyo is on there. Arroyo gets moved up quite a bit. I need to rearrange this for sure. But it'll probably go a little something like that. But Giddens is on it, just so you know. Giddens is on there. Milrow. Can't wait till that one comes through. I haven't felt so good about. And right now, Milrow's feeling like less a stab in the dark. I feel like I want to capture in a bottle what the vibe is about my Milrow take right now, because the opportunity of this thing is going to grow as we get closer, and then people aren't going to remember it the same way. They're going to be like, yeah, we like Milrow. We knew Sam Darnold. No, this Milrow prediction and how we talk about Milrow is completely out of pocket. I'm going to go Bucky here. Amon-Ra or Bucky, damn it. It's weeklies. I'm going to go Bucky. Screw it.
Go Bucky.
You can think what you want. Weekly winners. So Genty, Bucky. I'm fine with it. Okay. Anything else, bro?
No, I agree with the Milrow. I think, Darnold, not too long ago, was horrible and struggling to get on a roster. So he could turn back into that. And,
Milrow's the guy.
He's grab the spot.
He's the guy. I'm telling you, he's the guy. He's got the aura. He's got this intelligence. This is AR5 the right way. I know everyone's going to try and pin AR5 on him, so I'll just embrace it. He's everything everyone wanted AR5 to be. He's an intelligent quarterback. He's hardworking. He threw a pass in practice today that I believe the receiver caught but had to dive for, so he went to the sidelines and did 20 push-ups. I think the receiver caught it. He did 20 push-ups. That wasn't the perfect placement. I'm doing 20. I'm doing that from now on. If I mess up something, 20 push-ups on the live stream. All right, got to go, bro. Anything else?
There you go. No, appreciate it, Smitty. Thank you.
Better soon. Call back if you got another one. This one here from Garrett. Garrett, we haven't seen you in a while. Bijan, ESPN PPR pick 2. Bijan, Kyren, Chase Brown, a smash. ESPN PPR pick number 2. Okay, that's what you got so far. I thought you were trying to have me rank them. That is a smash, bro. We'll see what you do at wide receiver, but you're about to watch me deploy a running back. I don't know if I'll go Kyren. We'll see if he falls. I certainly won't hesitate to go Kyren and go RB, but you at least get to watch me in a similar position, try and get out of that. So hopefully this helps you prepare for yours. Player I've been getting a lot in the 4th round. I don't know if I'll get him 1, 2, 3, 4 picks deep into the 4th round at 4.4, but Rachaad Rice tends to fall. Garrett Wilson, Kyren Williams, MHJ, Trey McBride, Breece Hall. I love all of those players, and I'm going to get one of them. So I'm not bent out of shape, based on who gets picked in the next 4 picks. But Travis, if you got Genty, you got Bucky. What are you leaning right here? Chat, what are you leaning right here?
Genty and Bucky. Garrett Wilson or MHJ if they're there.
Hurts just went. That helps. George Kittle just went. That helps. I got either receiver, but Kyren's there. I love Kyren. I think I want to go wide receiver though, because all things being equal, I'm leaning position of need, and things are equal. Things are very equal. Hopefully Garrett Wilson falls. Kyren, okay. Even though I wasn't going to take Kyren, I wanted to. It still hurt me to see him get taken. Garrett Wilson, whoop, doggy. Genty, Bucky, Garrett. Dare I say you could say whatever you want. You can cry to your mom and your daddy and say, Smitty said something I didn't like. You can say whatever you want, but quietly. I didn't say loudly, I said quietly. Garrett Wilson equal to Amon-Ra. Quietly.
Yeah.
Not saying I drafted. I didn't draft it. Look what I just did. But quietly. So at the end of the day, you give me Bucky and I get Garrett instead of going, and I like Kyren and Amon-Ra, a lot. But give me Bucky and Garrett. This is a quiet top 5 to 7 wide receiver. Rachaad Rice is going to fall for sure. It's Hampton, Rice, Burrow, McLaurin. I'm thinking Rice. This is weekly winners, so who cares about the first 2 or 3 weeks? This is a phenomenal. I hope he doesn't take Rice right here. Hampton, okay. I'm going to go Rice. So I got Garrett Wilson and Rice. I got potentially 2 top 7 wide receivers. One might be top 5, and I went Genty and Bucky to start the draft off. This is a phenomenal weeklies team.
Let him cook.
All right, go ahead, Travis. Floor is yours. Woo!
Yeah, Garrett Wilson. It's crazy how there's a solid group of people that doubt him. People are starting to come around on him a little more now, but
Woo!
And he's in the best situation he's ever been. He's already proven he can be a top 10 wide receiver. So, give him fields and give him a better situation in general. It's crazy how low he goes.
Yeah, I think all 11 owners in this draft should be doing 20 push-ups right now. Allowing us to grab that squad. Damn, that team's good. There are a couple other really good teams, though. But really, to go RB, you can't go RB. Look, we just did it. In a weeklies. This is great in a weeklies. Now, I'm not gonna push my luck on Mahomes. I can't.
I'd rather have Garrett Wilson and Rachaad Rice than T. Higgins, Lad McConkey, or A.J. Brown in the second. And like you said, quietly, I'm on the wrong.
Big Timer, is this aimed at me? Big Timer, I don't want to say... First of all, I think I met Big Timer. Big Timer was at my live stream event. I thought we got along like this, Big Timer. What's this about? Rice ain't playing. What the F are you talking about? Come on, man.
Just getting back, maybe. Just getting back in the swing of things.
I don't know what he's doing.
News.
I don't know what he's doing. Big Timer says you ain't met me. Oh, you're a different Big Timer then. Okay. There's a different Big Timer. I wonder where Big Timer went. Damn it. Yeah, he spelled his with the T-I. Okay. That's the wrong one. You ain't met me. God, you're a little you're a little standoffish. Good thing we didn't meet. Jeez, bro. And not to mention you're wrong. Boys mad at me for getting Rachaad Rice in a weekly. Let's go. I don't want to risk the biscuit. Oh, yeah, I do. I want Travis Hunter. And I'm going to be so mad at myself. I had to. I couldn't leave Travis Hunter out there. I couldn't do it. I'm going to be so mad at myself. I'm just vibing, bro. I don't think you're vibing. Does anybody want to characterize what Big Timer's saying to me on my show when he doesn't know what he's talking about and I do? And the aggression. And I said, I think we met. And he's like, we haven't met. I'm like, okay, bro. There's a guy named Big Timer. I handed Big Timer my phone. I don't know where Big Timer went. He changed his YouTube name. Maybe he's still watching and I have no idea that he just changed his name. But Big Timer, I met him and I forget who the other guy was. I handed him my phone during a live stream at Lou Molinati's, and Big Timer was so, he didn't go yet. Big Timer was so overwhelmed, and he's like, bro, I don't even know how you read the chat and focus on what you're talking about. And I'm like, imagine like running a show with buttons and phone calls and drafts. And people think it's easier than it is. It's super hard to, it's fun. I'm not complaining, but it's super hard to do what I do, and people think that it's the easiest thing in the world, or if people don't like my advice, they're like, this guy I could do what he's doing. Oh yeah, all right, here we go. Mahomie fell, but Trey Henderson's there. I gotta go Mahomes. It's weeklies, it's weekly winners. I love Trey would have been fantastic, but this team is one of the best teams I've drafted in weeklies so far this year. What a phenomenal squad. I've got Genty, Bucky, Garrett Wilson, Rachaad Rice, Travis Hunter, Patrick Mahomes. It's over. Pizza party. It is. It's a pizza party.
Let him cook.
Hey, Big Timer, did you have any big time advice on why Rachaad Rice is so bad? He's not playing. He's going to jail, Smitty. He's going to jail. He's not playing 2025. And I didn't meet you, son.
Talking about you blocked him?
You blocked me? No. I don't know, Big Timer. I definitely not vibing. I don't know what you consider vibing. This doesn't feel like vibing to me. I feel like we're off on the wrong foot. Where's the original Big Timer though? Big Timer, if you're watching, where are you at, pal? This team's phenomenal. Genty, Bucky, Garrett Wilson, Rashee Rice, Travis Hunter, Patrick Mahomes. Now, if you win 1 week, you get $20K, so this isn't a $2 million prize. This might be, this still would be a pizza party. Bad vibrations. I don't know. Some people vibe differently, I guess. What am I doing next on this pick? Okay, so coming up, we got Bo Nix if we want to, bully stack this. And honestly, in weeklies, it is all about the lineup. I'm not saying you don't want to have as many alternates as possible because your entire lineup, what if it pops, but the one starter and you didn't back up anybody very well, you just kept drafting. But here's the thing, though, is I am backing up Mahomes. If Mahomes doesn't go nuts, but Rice still plays well, Nix is a fantastic pick. So I'm strongly considering Nix here. I also have Justin Fields. Maybe he's listening. I could go Justin Fields with Garrett Wilson. Or, damn, bro. Why did he have to do that? That was who I wanted most of all.
That might be someone show there.
Yeah, I'll go Justin Fields here.
Aaron.
Aaron? Is that the Aaron in here? Aaron. I don't know. I don't recognize the name, but... And they didn't have a quarterback, so it makes sense. And I don't see a stack, but it's still, the top quarterback available. I went Fields, so we got Fields and Garrett Wilson. This team is great, bro.
Big Timer is asking for the number.
Yeah, sure, Big Timer. Call in. Go ahead.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Okay. Igbuka or did Evan Ingram go? Damn it. Or did Evan Ingram go? Damn it. Ibuka's pretty good, and it kind of protects the Rashee Rice situation, but he is kind of a ways down there. Mason, I guess I'm just gonna go Ibuka. There's a lot of running backs that we like. I like Mason, but I think I like Ibuka more. So Ibuka, Travis Hunter, Garrett Wilson, Rashee Rice. I should kind of cover myself for those missed Rashee Rice games anyway. All right, dial in. Okay, caller, you're live. What is your name and where you call from?
What up, Smitty? This Big Timer, baby.
What's up, Big Timer? What's up? What's up, my boy?
Oh, ain't nothing.
You just vibing out?
I was just looking at
vibing out with the
I'm
negativity?
doing, man, that's all I'm doing.
Hold on, let me merge this call.
Hold
on 1 second. Yeah, little backtrack, Bobby. Hold on, caller. I'm going to put you on hold, and I'm going to go to Big Timer. Big Timer, okay, continue. Backtrack away.
Let's go with it. Yeah, let's go with it. Hey, look, I ain't looking at it right now, but I saw that you was you just give me your first three. You said why you want Rashee Rice in the fourth? They're about to be suspended, man.
This is
we
a
got
week.
People trying to make the playoffs out here. Come on now, stop playing.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm giving bad advice, Big Timer. I should know better because I'm only running a show for a living. I should do my research and my homework. I didn't understand the assignment.
Okay. Let me give it to you though. Okay,
tell me.
Rashee Rice, let's say, generally speaking, he's about to get a 4-game suspension, right?
No.
So why am I going to take Rashee? He's not?
2 to 4? 2 to 4?
That man go, okay, 2 to 4.
Okay,
I mean, however you want to look at it. I'm telling you one thing about this fantasy football stuff, generally speaking, for these people in 12-team league, if you
tell them, teach them.
That's what I'm trying to do. If you start off that league 1-3, you're done. You're not making the playoffs. 6 teams gonna make the playoffs. If you start off 1-3, you're gonna have to dig yourself out of the hole. And I'm not messing with no Rashee Rice in the 4th. Come on, man.
Are you ready? You don't really do your research here or look into anything before you start talking about it.
I do it all the time. I do it
I
all
don't.
the time.
I don't think so, my boy.
And I love the show, by the way. Hey, I'm just letting everybody know I love the Smitty show. It's the best show ever in town,
okay.
baby.
Well,
I love it.
I got bad news for you.
love
Number one, we're playing weekly winners. We're drafting weekly winners. So
Okay, no problem. And that's why I asked. I said, y'all playing? I did ask before I commented.
It's not. You didn't ask nothing. You didn't ask nothing. You came in swinging without knowing a single thing about anything we're doing here.
Sir, look at my first comment, sir. Okay, I said, is this full point PPR? I came in a little blind, and I didn't necessarily ask about the weekly such. But okay, no problem. I get it. But look, man, that Rachaad Rice is dead. Like, let me tell you something. When it comes to things like that, and it comes to these Jets players now with that Justin Fields toe injury, don't touch it. Just leave it alone.
Okay.
You're just better off just leave it alone. Don't mess with it because guess what? Just get you some value somewhere else, man. That's all I'm trying to say. Okay.
All right. Well,
injury on high ankle sprain, anything like that coming into that second round, boy, you crazy. Don't play with me.
He was going second round 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I think you're just getting big timer. I think you're just getting back in the swing of things. I think you're just getting back in the swing of things, but that's okay.
I've been here, buddy. I've been here.
I don't think you have.
I'm trash on fantasy. I listened to all them cats last year and take CMC first round. I had that first round pick. I took CMC and look what happened. Trash. Okay. So I mean, I'm garbage, but at the same time, I ain't touching no.
Okay.
Rasheed.
Hey, big timer. Stay away from Rachaad Rice. Stay away from him. Leave him for us. Knock him all the way down to round 4 value. We love it.
No
we
doubt.
love it. This guy was going at 18, 19, 20 overall before that news broke. You can say no all you want, but you don't really have. You honestly, like you're literally. There's 200. We're a little light tonight. There's 203 people watching. That all 203 are like, he doesn't know what he's saying because he was going at 20 overall. Well, I'm just saying, you come in here and you start talking to everybody as if the things we're telling you are happening are not happening. You clearly aren't understanding the landscape here because you walked into a weekly winners draft. You started mad dogging the pick and you didn't have any of the information. And now you're saying that Rachaad Rice wasn't going 19, 20 overall. He was. He was going there.
But my thing, look, I don't know about all the.
I know you don't. That's why I'm telling you.
Kind of stuff. But hold on, sir. But is that a week one? Are y'all expecting him to play? That's what I'm asking.
Well, I've broken this down, and your boy tackles the legal issues and the medical better than anybody out there. And you're not going to hear it because you're just going to say, "Yeah, you crazy." But there is, to the letter of the law, a possibility he does not get a suspension. It's probably a 5 or 10% chance that it's a fine, but it's a small percentage. But this is also the commissioner's favorite team. This is also a team that gets preferential treatment all the time. And Rachaad Rice is a non-multiple offender, whereas Addison is. There's a DUI involved. Even though this is a horrible situation, and we kind of wonder if there was alcohol involved because he ran off the freeway. Even though I love Rachaad Rice, it was cowardly. He ran off the freeway, left everybody there. But this guy pled guilty to 2 third-degree misdemeanors to the letter of the law in the policy. There is not a mandatory suspension required for a first-time offender. So we don't know what it could be. It could be a 1 to 4 game suspension, but everybody acting like it's a 6 to 8 game, they heard it somewhere, they're repeating it. And so when you get into a situation where a player is and you got to think about it from this way, bro. If you have a player that can win, if you can get by and go 2-3 and 2-1, and he misses 3 games, you're golden from that point on. If he's a top 5 wide receiver, it depends on your situation. Are you playing total points? Are you playing just to get into the playoffs? And it doesn't matter. If you're making the playoffs, it doesn't matter. You know, in this particular contest, in the 4th round is silly. It's crazy. It's win a league potential. Hold on one second, guys.
You can roll those dice. Go ahead. You can roll those dice. Don't get me wrong. I got you. But at the same time, you can look at the players two before and 2 after that you can get and know that guess what? They're going to be on that field with no problem.
Bro, listen to what I'm saying
But I
though.
got
You
no
got
problem.
Mike Evans,
No
you got
problem.
Mike Evans, DJ Moore, Jameson Williams, Jackson Smith, and Jigba Xavier Worthy. Not saying I don't like
Okay,
JSN.
and Mike Evans, and you know what? Mike Evans is 12 and 10, guaranteed. 1,200 yards receiving and 10 touchdowns, guaranteed with Mike. So,
no, it's
you
not
know,
guaranteed.
you roll those
He's
back.
aging out, bro.
Come
He
on
could
now,
drop
stop
off at any
playing.
moment. He could drop off
we
at
can
any
do
moment. What are
all
you
that
talking about?
aging out. No, we're not. Don't
Oh,
play
so
with
you
Mike
can
like
so
that.
you can age
He's
out
12
Christian
and 10
McCaffrey.
guaranteed.
You can age out Christian McCaffrey, but now it's nonsense to talk about it with Mike Evans. I see. I
Look,
got you.
Come on now, give me.
Come on now, what?
Smith and Jigba. Okay, look at that. Okay, let's just look at that for just a second. I'm not trying to take about your time, but generally speaking, with Sam Darnold in there, and I mean, literally, your second best target, which I like that you brought out. Arroyo, I'm on him now because you mentioned it. I am very much tracking that. But at the same time, Smith and Jigba's probably gonna get you about like 11 and probably, I say maybe 8 or 9, maybe. At the same time, Mike gonna get you 12 and 10. You know, with Baker, you know, doing this thing.
Okay. So these are your projections. These are your projections, and I understand
No
that.
problem.
But
Yeah.
guess what? Not everybody lives off your projections. So if everybody else says
No problem.
Rachaad Rice is going to get 1,112, even with 3 missed games or 2 missed games, then that's the way people feel about him. And if I can plug in another player like Igbukah into my lineup for the 2-3 weeks he's out, I'm missing maybe 18 points, man. Some total, and if I go 2-1, it doesn't matter. Like nothing that happens in weeks 1, 2, or 3 matter if you actually win. And maybe you say, okay, well, what if you lose?
No.
Correct, but that's why you got to draft around it and then expect the top 5 wide receiver value that is Rachaad Rice
let me tell
once
you
he gets
about
in.
This fantasy stuff.
Yeah, tell me.
Let me tell you one thing about this
Teach
fantasy
me.
stuff. I'm gonna
Teach
tell
me.
you right now.
Teach me.
Get your 3-1 start over your 1-3 start all day, every day.
I never thought about that.
Stuff. Do not sit back.
Don't go 1-3. Okay.
Do not.
Let me write that down.
Do not sit back and try to think about. Oh well,
1
I'll get
3.
it back. No.
You're right.
Start off hot on this.
I never thought of that.
Stuff. You better do that. Because
all right.
anytime
Hey,
you don't,
gotta
you
roll.
get
It's
smacked.
been enlightening,
But, okay,
big
bro,
timer.
Right on, brother.
I appreciate you.
No,
Later, bro.
No sweat. I'll be back at you later.
Okay, later. All right.
Hope you learned something.
Yeah, I tried to absorb as much as I can. It happened so quick. He was in and out. I felt like I learned a lot. I feel like I got to review my notes. We'll go over it later. These guys that I'm trying to draft are getting ripped from me every time I try and do a stack. It's just constantly getting stepped on, and my team's still phenomenal, especially with that distraction. But I haven't drafted a tight end yet, and they're flying off the board, so I probably need to grab. Jeez, man. I guess I'll go Zach Ertz here. I'm not in love with it. That's my tight end 1. But he's very productive. And if I do grab Ben Sinnott with him, I think I'll have a crafty, line. And again, this is weekly winners, so it's not like, if I grab, let's say a Jonnu Smith or a Cade Otton or maybe an Arroyo later, there's still a lot of opportunity in weeklies, and I'm not too concerned about it. I also could grab Noah Gray if I wanted to. That would give me some unique upside with Patrick Mahomes. My team so far, if anybody's interested in seeing what it looks like, I'll go to the top and then I'll go to the phone line. So hold on 1 second, phone caller. I know you're waiting there. We got Ashton Genty, Bucky Irving, weekly winners, by the way. Garrett Wilson, Rachaad Rice, Travis Hunter, Patrick Mahomes, Justin Fields, Igbukah. That's why I've been drafting a lot of wide receivers. Is I feel really, really good about those 4. Especially, given that, okay, I'm on the clock here, and did I time out? I did time out, but I timed out on my queue. Okay, Bashal Tuden, perfect. That's who I was going to draft. All right, so then I got Igbukah, then I went Zach Charbonnet, Isaac Guerrero, Jaden Blue, Michael Penix Jr., Zach Ertz, Bashal Tuten. I draft tons of running backs in weeklies. I don't draft near as many wide receivers. When I say near as many, I just mean I'm not grabbing like 7. I'm grabbing sometimes 5. And then running backs, you normally grab about 4 to 5. You're pushing it at 6 in a normal contest, but I'll grab 6 or 7 in weeklies, running backs, because I expect that to be my flex spot. So the fact that I have Garrett Wilson, Rashee Rice, Travis Hunter, and Igbuka, I'm really damn good at my 3 wide receiver spots that are guaranteed to start. And then I have that bye week injury. You know, Igbuka is really that 4th wide receiver who could be my flex if he pops off. But this is a fantastic team. Yeah, there's no playoffs in weekly winners. Is whoever scores the most points in any one given week wins $20,000. So if in week 1 you have the highest scoring team at a 200 entrance, $20K. Second place, $10K. Third place, I think it's $9 or $8K. Next place is 7, 6, 5, 4. It's a phenomenal prize structure. And then in week 2 has nothing to do with week 1. Nothing. Week 10 has nothing to do with week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Week 16, week 17, no playoffs. Week 17, you could have your entire team get suspended for 16 weeks and have everybody just come back in week 17. And if you're the highest scoring team, $20K. If you win every individual week, everything's like a separate league. Starts over every week. If you win every single highest score of every week, you get $20K each week. I don't know that anybody's ever won multiple times in one season, though. Someone might have, but I don't know. All right, phone caller, you're on hold. I appreciate you waiting. Then over to Travis. This is the 615 caller. Then I'll go over to DJ after that. 615, then DJ, then Travis. Go ahead.
What's up, guys? I got a 10-team Dynasty PPR. I got a trade offer for Nabers. He wants Nabers, McCaffrey, and we'll swap first rounders, which I think my team's better. So for Drake London and Zach Charbonnet.
Wait a second. Let me write that down because hold on, I'm about to draft and I think this is an awful trade by the sound of it, but I didn't hear it all. Hold on 1 second. I gotta grab some. Let's see here. I'm gonna go with Thornton here. All right, hit me with that trade again. It sounded horrible, I think.
I'm sending Malik Nabers and Luke McCaffrey for Drake London and Zach Charbonnet. And we're swapping first rounders, and he wants a 28 second, which
London, and you get a first rounder with London, you said, or no?
Well, we're swapping first round picks, but I think my team's better, so his first rounder will probably be.
And you're getting London. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Let me move all these guys out of the way. Hold on. Well, I'm gonna say now. I mean, like, as easy as it would be to say this is a horrible idea, like why would you trade Nabers and Dynasty over this situation? I'm sure you're worried about his toe. But the truth of the matter is, my boy, hold on, I got to grab a tight end here. Do I go Arroyo or Otten? 8 seconds, guys. Yell out a name, anybody.
Arroyo. I think Arroyo.
All right, we'll go Arroyo. So first rounder. The reason we have to talk about this is because if this was the 1.1, then I could understand this. If it's the 1.2, maybe even understand it. 1.3, maybe understand it. But if you're talking about like your teams are substantially the same and you don't think you think they're both good, they're not the bottom cellar dweller teams, then I'm not trading Nabers. I'm just not doing that. But if you could guarantee, like, I know you can't guarantee me, but if you could kind of almost promise me that you're getting the 1.1 or 1.2, then I probably could be okay with this. But at the same time, bro, Nabers is Jamar Chase. He's Jamar Chase.
He said he's getting Charbonnet too.
Oh, on this side, Sharps? Okay. So London Sharps a first, Nabers, Luke McCaffrey in a first. And this first should be better than this first is what I'm going to do with the arrows there. If you could guarantee me, so what do you expect the pick to be? Honestly, be honest with yourself.
I could read off his team if you'd like.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'd say maybe top 5, but His team will be, and this is a super flex, his team will be Josh Allen, Breece Hall, Chuba Hubbard. He'll have Malik Nabers, Tyreek Hill, Trey McBride, DJ Moore, Cooper Kupp, Chris Godwin, J.J. McCarthy as his second QB.
Yeah, that team's not last. No, keep Nabers, bro. I like London. Sharps is no guarantee anyway. I love him. I'm not saying don't trade for him. Definitely try and get him in a different deal. Maybe you could trade him if he thinks you're first, or you could maybe swap first rounders and Luke McCaffrey and Sharps. Just do something kind of smaller. Throw in a second rounder if you think he won't do it. But bro, you can't get rid of Nabers. Is the next Jamar Chase. Don't let any of the toe stuff concern you dynasty wise. He's the next Jamar Chase. He just is.
Right.
The moment he gets a quarterback, it might be what Barkley went through moving teams to the Eagles and getting an offensive line, or when McLaurin finally got JD5, boom, or when DJ Moore finally got Justin Fields. We might see whatever Nabers is get an influx in value just immediately. Yeah, you're playing with fire here. I wouldn't do it, man.
All right. I appreciate you, buddy.
All right, man. Thank you.
I understand why people do it. They're trying to be positive or stuff, but people generally overestimate the worth of the first rounder that they're getting.
Mm-hmm.
Very rarely is like a 1.1 or 1.2.
Yeah. My tight ends so far are, and I could draft another one if I want because I went so light at it, but Zach Ertz, Arroyo, and Gray. I think those are pretty decent. I don't know if I'll be left in the lurch at all at any point. I think I want to go Rachaad Smith here. I could go Royals though, but you know what? I think Royals probably doesn't help as much, even though Rice will be out. I don't know if he'll help as much now as later as he gets to know the system and everything. I don't know. Kind of like Rachaad Smith. Rachaad Smith, tight end or Royals? What do I do?
I like Rachaad.
Chat?
I like him a lot.
Chat, what are we doing? Or Milton, Milrow. We got Penix, Fields, and Mahomes. I think we probably go.
What's your last pick?
I think we probably go Rachaad Smith here. This is weekly winners, so let's go. It's a good little side cuff to Mahomes. It really is because he's a converted wide receiver. I'm gonna go ahead and roll with that. Let me throw this up on screen here so we can all review the team. And then I'll go over to DJ. DJ, hang tight real quickly. I'm sorry, bro. Be right with you. And we'll throw this squad up on the screen. Here it is. This is a team. Actually, let me go to the other screen. Let's go over here. Here's the squad. Copy that, throw the wide receivers over here so everybody can see it in one shot. Now remember, I don't care about bye weeks really. I mean, I want to win on all 17 weeks. I want to try, but in this one, I tend to say I don't even look at bye weeks sometimes. I do with quarterbacks a little bit. I take a gander at it, but I really don't focus much on it at all because if there is a problem, it's still something I'm sacrificing by not drafting the player that I want. And so with weeklies, I just go after it. So Mahomes, Fields, Penix Jr., Genty, Irving, and then the home run players that I have. Mute yourself real quick, caller, or turn that background noise down. All right, so you got Genty, Bucky, Sharps, Garendo, Blue, Tootin, Rachaad Smith, all home run hitters underneath Bucky and Genty. Mahomes, Fields, Penix, Garrett Wilson, Rashee Rice, Travis Hunter, Ibuka, Thornton. Again, just going for that, weekly win. Ertz, Arroyo, and Gray. Very good team. I like it a lot. I balance my weekly winners a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, Arroyo could be really good. And Gray might have that day, and that'll help out that week. Something a lot.
Yeah, a little Cuffer Rice too. Rice misses time.
Yeah.
Like it.
It's a pretty good squad. I like it. The receivers are nasty. With Hunter as your third and Buka's fourth. It's crazy. All right, DJ, you're live, and then I'll go to the other caller that's on hold here. DJ, what can I do for you, pal?
Yeah, loving the squad. I mean, especially in the weekly. maybe even not in a weekly. I just love the upside with the players. Rachaad Rice, 2-4 games. I don't think it matters, in particularly in this format. When you're weekly. Your running back list, and having watched you, I guess going on 6-7 months, you teach, I learn. But if you can put that up, just a question or two, because I think I understand that your stance as it relates to pivoting, making adjustments, pretty fluid. And the Scatterbo, Scatman, ranking at, what'd you say, 7?
Well, I mean, it's
why
loosely
at this time?
based. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I would say it's a loosely based tier system, and 7 doesn't mean it's just. Yeah. But I guess you could easily say that these guys are just in this tier. I honestly, I'll just move it over, so there's no confusion there. I don't think Scat should be in the Garendo or Ray Davis tier personally yet, but he could get there, But I think you throw Scat into this Sampson, Brashard Smith, Tootin, and Sampson very quickly could climb. I mean, it really comes down to starter. When someone's a near starter, he could climb all the way up to this Mason and Sharp and Blue crew. And even though Blue and Sharps aren't starters, they're going to be contributors. So really, it just all depends on like what's going on with the situations. But Scat certainly is in, I would say, in this tier at the back if we're going to do it that way. So no 7 tier, we'll put them all in 6 because there's an argument to be made for all these guys, even Spears.
I get that. Hall, I'm pretty high on, right? So if I'm looking at Hall versus Kyron, Brown, and I'm on the fence actually with Irving, but with current NP and value, I think Hall could be your league winner. Just the standpoint of eyeball test, and just
right.
his.
Let me merge Rachaad in real quick.
Justin Fields. His floor is high, but its ceiling could be number 1. So I think I would, in my personal opinion, I
love Hall. Love Hall.
Hall. Yeah, I think I would have Hall pretty high. Maybe if I'm looking at that 12 point, that 1.12, maybe 2.5, 6. I think I'd jump all over. Not too sure what would be on the board, but I think I would jump on. Just from its.
I mean, these are all my list for a reason. These are the guys I love. I mean, Hall deserves to be Chase Brown. Hall. This is what we're talking about: the lone gunman, or the 3 amigos, or whatever. Hall, Chase Brown, and Kyron are the only running backs minus the 3 rookies right here. That'll probably maybe one of them or 2 of them could play like this per game. But Hall, Brown, and Kyron, Chase Brown and Kyron, are the last 3 running backs that live the deepest in an ADP that could be top 5 running backs. That's why they're the 3 amigos. So Hall could be a top 5 running back. He is a league winner. Kyron could be a top 5 running back. He's a league winner. Chase Brown could be a top 5 running back. League winner. Achane and Kyron go higher, so the value is different, but those are league winners. They're all league winners. Everyone on here has a little bit of league winning potential. Now, do I think that Krosky Merritt's going to really totally win your league? Probably not, but, he's still going to be significantly helpful if he gets in there. Scatterbo or Mitchell, or the further you go down, the less league winning they are. But, someone like Benson or Sharps or Blue, or maybe Garendo, or maybe Dylan Sampson or Brashard Smith. I mean, you could grab 1 or 2 that if the right scenario played out, they could play league winning for sure. But it's just the odds go down as you dip in. That's why I wanted to go from top to bottom, and most people will be like, I'm not going to talk about sleepers or steals from anything inside the top 6 rounds because I've been told that that's not a good way to look at sleepers. I'll do it however the hell I want, and I love talking about sleepers from every round because people are sleeping in round 1. I don't understand why you can't have a round 1 sleeper if you just define it up front. This is round 1. Who's being slept on? You know, people are wild. How they get so offended over terminology. People can do whatever the hell they want. Use whatever terminology you want. Not you, DJ, but anything else?
Man. I mean, speaking gospel to me, I mean, I certainly get it, which is why, this is the best show on the planet.
Thank you.
It's fluid and you keep it 100,
Yes, sir.
And we're talking football here. And great point. I get that. I mean, like, that's the tough decision in terms of at those positions.
Yep.
Brown, but right on. Definitely get that. Good stuff, man.
All right, man. Appreciate you, DJ. All right, before I go to the next caller, real quickly, let me read these. Garrett Wilson or Breece Hall? If you need a wide receiver like I did in the draft, because I could have went Breece Hall and I would have loved it. But I needed a wide receiver, so best player available weighed in on that. And since they're both very close, it was an easy call to go Garrett Wilson. But if you have, let's say, Lamb and Bucky, and then you want to go Breece Hall, I'm fine with that. They're both pretty damn even, and I think there's no real way to answer that. Garrett Wilson could be a top 5 to 7 wide receiver. I don't know if I'd put him like 1, 2, or 3, but I could easily put him like 4 to 7. Breece Hall could be 1 to 5. But it really, there's probably a lower floor for him too, though. Like when I say 1 to 5, I'm not saying he's guaranteed to be 5. I'm just saying his biggest range of where he can impact would be 1 to 5. Garrett Wilson 4 to 7, 4 to 8, 4 to 9, 4 to 10. I mean, it's a big range. But Garrett Wilson, unless he gets hurt and he's never missed a game, he's probably got a much higher floor than Breece Hall, who has been hurt. But, he's been relatively healthy, obviously, since. But this is a situation where you do hear talk about 3 running backs being used, but I could care less about that. But let's say I'm wrong and something goes awry. Or let's say they just don't, run him enough and, feels his toe gets worse or something happens. Like, there's a lower floor for Hall, but he's certainly got top 5 running back appeal. This one here from Poppy says 12-team Superflex tight end premium trade. A late 26 second for Rachaad. I think you can get him cheaper, but I would pay that if I would be fine with that. I know that a lot of people would balk at that, but I love Rachaad Smith, and honestly, second round value, I think you could kick yourself later for being like, man, I held on to a second rounder for that one. If that's your guy, get him. I love Rachaad Smith. There's a chance it doesn't work out. You got to know that. Casey's weird about their running backs, and they drafted Clyde Edwards-Helaire in the first round, and they completely, I don't want to say ruined him, but they definitely didn't use him the right way all the time. There's a lot of promise there. I mean, keep in mind, Joe Burrow, just because a running back doesn't work out doesn't mean that they didn't have a shot. Just like Kurt Warner might not have ever worked out had he not been given a second chance, because he made an NFL team, then got cut. And then Vermeil picked him up. We got one more shot. We don't know. Like, what if any one of these guys that failed got one more shot? It felt, just so understand that. And remember, Joe Burrow said that Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and Joe Burrow's played with some of the best defenders and offensive players, not just on his team. Joe Burrow said Clyde Edwards-Helaire was the best player he ever played with in college, ever. And that goes for all the teams that went on the field. Like every single team he ever faced combined, he said he was the best. So, like, you never know. Like, Rachaad Smith could be completely wasted away in KC, but I would take the chance on him. I love Rachaad Smith. I think he's such a unique player that was a converted wide receiver, that it has the skill set of any running back that successfully converted, but also those players that we always kind of wished converted that didn't. He comes with all those wide receiver accolades and abilities and capabilities. So I like him. And then this one here from RD. RD, thank you. And then I'll go to the phone call that's waiting. Dynasty, Benson, Spears, and Mitchell owner wondering if I would trade for Connor. Wondering if I should trade for Connor, Henry, or Pollard until they're replaced. Start one running back. I have Bijan. Dynasty, Benson, Spears, and Mitchell owner wondering if I should trade for Connor, Henry, or Pollard. Well, Henry would be interesting if the price was right, but most people aren't going to sell Henry unless.
Yeah, and make sure you're being realistic about if you can win now or not.
Yeah, you're getting the 1 year. Like if you're lucky, you're getting the 1 year. So I don't mind it if you can win now, like Travis said. But you also can't expect them to do it for a second rounder. You know, if a lot of money was involved, could I see doing something kind of silly? Maybe. I don't know. I guess like let's say it was like $100 entry league or something, and somebody wanted your first rounder for Henry. I mean, if your team's going to be 1.12, you know, what's it matter? I guess, but that is hard to give up. But it just depends on if you think you can win at all. As for Connor, I don't want him. I just rather bank on Benson. Spears, I like, stand alone. And Mitchell, yeah, I mean, I'm not getting rid of him. I just hold on to him. But Mitchell's a nice safety net for you if you do get Henry. But hard to say. If you could throw a couple like ideas at me that aren't the first rounder, I would love to hear it. Like if you've got another idea. All right, phone caller, you've been waiting a long time. I apologize. What can I do for you? You're live, and where are you calling from, and what's your name?
That's fine. Look at Smitty. I'm Dominic from DC. I'm a Redskins fan, and I'm wondering. I know. Yeah, I know Debo Samuel's ADP is gonna rise. I know my league is getting more hype on Debo Samuel. I'm wondering if I should reach for him at the 6.11. I mean at the 6.2 because I have the 1.11 pick, but like that's the earliest I could get Debo if somebody doesn't get him in my league. Anywhere
around 6 is fine by me, man. This is a player that as you get deeper into a draft, like Bucky, you can't draft Bucky unless you have a early draft selection. Like you get the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, the 6, right? Because Bucky. Well, I shouldn't say that. You could. I'm sorry. That's a bad example because Bucky's been falling. So wrong example.
Oh yeah.
Let's use Genty for example. You're probably not drafting Genty unless you get like the 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pick. It's different when you're talking about the higher players because they're cemented into these ADP ranges, right? And even Bucky, you're probably not taking a 12, 13, 14, although you could. But so Debo, when you get that deep in the 6th round, it doesn't matter. Debo's a 6th rounder. Anywhere in the 6th round, I'm smashing the hell out of that value. I don't care.
I got you.
But what players are on the board, though? Really the important part, though. Because it might not be.
Yeah, I could get Travis Hunter, Chris Olave, R.J. Harvey, Travion Henderson, Isaiah Pacheco, Aaron Jones, Calvin Ridley, Jerry Jeudy. But I just don't want to miss out on the Debo value, man. Like, that's all. Like, I love all those players. I just don't want to miss out on Debo. That's like,
but
no, he's gonna be a leader.
But here's the thing: is I feel like if Hunter's falling, can you turn down the background noise, or I don't know what that is?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I was watching the show.
Yeah, because it's reverbing. If you can get Hunter at 6.2, which is insane for me because we're taking him in the 4th round on Underdog, bro.
Right.
Which I'm not saying you're lying. I'm saying that every draft is different, and the group of people you draft with is different. But if you're getting Hunter at 6.2, I can't imagine Debo doesn't fall to your 7th round pick. Or can you draft pick trade? Can you trade like a 7th and 9th for a 6th rounder?
I can if I'm on sleeper right now, but I don't really want to mess around with the draft picks. Like I just want to because I feel like it's gonna mess up the whole draft for me. But I do want Debo, man. I just want to know.
Get your guy. Get your guy. But I'm taking
at the 6.2. Yeah, because at the 6.2, like that's where my last pick of the 6th round is. I just don't want to miss out on that value. Like I have a weird feeling that somebody's gonna try to troll me because they know I'm a Redskins fan, so they want to take Debo before I do. So,
well, if they do, Hunter's there, you take him, bro. Harvey's there, you take him.
I got you.
Harvey, Hunter, I have at least a round ahead of Debo, at least, and I love Debo more than probably you do. But
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
All right, man. Appreciate you. Get your guy. Right. At the end of the day, get your guy because that's inarguable.
Wait, actually, can I ask one more question real quick? That's fine, too. So like I was saying, in the rounds that I listened to running back, who's your favorite running back? Like out of all these five, Trevion Henderson, R.J. Harvey, Aaron Jones, or Isaiah Pacheco. Like I just want to know which one.
Well, not Aaron Jones, that's for sure. R.J. Harvey, or who was the other one? R.J. Harvey and who?
Devon Henderson and Isaiah Pacheco.
It goes. I go back and forth depending on if the wind's going left or right, whether it's Harvey or Hendy.
Right.
I love both of them, man. I
Oh,
can't.
okay.
I can't stand making that choice.
Right.
But I draft them ahead of Debo. That's what I'm trying to tell you, that I value Hunter, Henry, Harvey. That's why I got this Triple H and Associates, bro.
Call
These
HHH
guys-
Associates.
Triple
League
H and
winners.
Associates.
League winners.
Locations on
Right,
Earth
okay.
and Jupiter.
Thank you. That was very helpful.
All right, man. Appreciate you. Call back anytime. You got another one? Call back later.
All right.
Kobo with a $20 holler, you straight up savage, you super chatting
Alert.
monster.
Super chat alert.
Thank you, Kobo. Kobo says, just sending some love, Smitty. Always appreciate the late streams. Kobo always coming in with an occasional 20 watt or 10 watt, and it's always appreciated, Kobo. We call him Bunchy from Ray Donovan. He looks like Bunchy from Ray Donovan. One of the better shows ever made, honestly. I love Ray Donovan. Call it top 10. I don't want to say top 5, but top 10, Ray Donovan. Really good show. And he looks like Bunchy. Every time I see him. Bunch! What's up, Bunch? My boy, Kobo. All right, rock out, you're live. Then Travis, and then we're going to get out of here.
Can I give you my team?
Sure.
All right.
I feel like whenever you're doing this rock out, you're standing in front of like a crowd at a podium. And you're like, "Can I give you my team?" We're like, "Yeah," and you're like, and you get nervous and you read it off of this binder. This, what do you call those binders with the wire binder? He's got a page for every day. All right, go ahead.
Sure.
Read it off. Sing sweet nothings in our ear.
All right. Quarterback, Prescott, Penix, Rogers. Running back, Genty, Harvey, Brian Robinson Jr., Charbonnet, Ray Davis, Lil Bill. Wide receiver, London, Garrett Wilson, Rashee Rice, Samuel, Pat Bryant, Michael Wilson. Tight end, Warren, Ertz, and Ferguson.
Yeah, I like it. Your receivers, London, Rice, and Hunter. Is that right?
No, London, Garrett Wilson, Rice, Samuel, Pat Bryant,
Okay,
Michael Wilson.
sorry. Wow. That's awesome. Nice job, bro. Garrett Wilson, London, Rice, and Debo. Woo! And then what were your running backs? Your top two? Who were your top two running backs again?
Genty and Harvey.
That's the best ball weeklies.
Yeah.
So you got Genty in 1. You got London in 2.
2. Garrett 3.
Garrett Willie in
Rice
3.
4. Rice in 4.
Rice 4. Yeah.
Harvey 5.
Harvey 5. Wow. Harvey 5.
Debo 6. Debo 6.
There you go. There's your Debo in around 6. I like Debo 6. And then who's your quarterback? Dak?
Yeah, that's just.
Dak, Nix, Rogers.
Knicks. Wow. Yeah, I mean that's so Genty, Bucky. So I mean obviously there's the difference between the teams, but wow, good team. Good team. Rock out. I like it. You might have a pizza party. Everybody gather around. I didn't win, but Rock Out won this year, and he's gonna have a pizza party, and we're all invited.
We kind of have like the same team, but in reverse.
Rock Out has donated $1,600 to the pizza party of the 20K. All right, Kobo with the $5 holler. I also still don't understand the Hunter hate. You're telling me, Kobo. All I know is I don't understand it. And I don't want to understand it. I just want to absorb it. I want to continue to draft it and live it. The kid is such a natural with the ball. You know what's funny about about Travis Hunter, and I don't know if you guys feel the same way about this, but every once in a while, even someone like me who does this for a living, and I talk about Travis Hunter more than anybody you can find creating content, I can promise you that. I still find myself sometimes getting so, I don't know, influenced by the narratives that I catch myself remembering that he's not learning the wide receiver position. You know, you hear these narratives like as if he still got to learn a lot and you'll see what happens. The narrative being talked about Travis Hunter, that he's going to take so many reps here, and it's as if he's learning, he's converting to a wide receiver. And you hear it so much, the hatred and everything, you forget that he was by far and away the best wide receiver prospect in this draft class. And it wasn't close. Ibuka might be more NFL ready in many ways of his preparedness of jumping from position to position and knowing everything left and right. It's kind of like he's versed in it differently. But Travis Hunter was the number 1 wide receiver in the draft class. This is not a person that's learning the position. And when people act like, and you post something about BTJ and Hunter running a route, you're like, yeah, see, he's going to have to pick up the footwork, and he doesn't need to do anything. He dominated the FBS at wide receiver. He was a marvel at wide receiver. One of the most athletic wide receivers to ever come out of college. Not the most polished, but one of the most, if not the most athletic wide receiver to ever come out of college. And then you hear these narratives, and I find myself going, snap out of it. Why am I letting all of this narrative even twist my thinking sometimes? And I'm walking through the house and I go, that's funny. I forgot he was actually a well-versed wide receiver. Whatever.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, people forget or don't know that even among NFL players, he's a one-of-one type athlete.
Yeah. Coble, appreciate
the elite of the elite when it comes to athleticism. So even like stuff, okay, he has to polish up his routes or something like that. All rookies have to do something.
Yeah, no different.
Have to work on coming off the line.
No different than any other receiver that comes out of college. No different. So when people say, "Oh, his footwork," they talk about it, and then people accept it as if he's so behind as a wide receiver just because he's going to play both sides. It's like people don't do their research and they don't realize that he didn't come out of college as a part-time, half-time player on each side of the football. And when people hear, oh, he's going to play both sides, they're so inept at this stuff. They don't know. They're just regurgitating what they hear, and they don't really even realize that this kid's not coming out with like 900-yard season. He's coming out with the 96 catches for 1258 and 15 receiving touchdowns. I think some people forget how good he was at the college level at the wide receiver position. 96 catches in college. For 1258 in college. And 15 touchdowns in college. What is wrong with people? I don't care to find out. I just want to absorb more Travis Hunter shares. And I'll continue to do it. Thank you very much, cheat code.
Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA select start.
Warning, cheat code activated.
In a jam, call HHH and Associates.
Triple H and Associates, locations on Earth and Jupiter.
It's insane, man. It's insane when you look at, like, even when you pull it up, even someone that does this every single day like me and talks about him, Travis Hunter, more than anybody on the face of the earth. You look at this right here and you say, what in the hell am I looking at? Well, what's he got to learn? 1258, 96, and 15 touchdowns. He should be teaching people how to play wide receiver. This is unbelievable. Thank you. And Colby
that
dropped.
shows.
Go ahead.
I was going to say that shows almost 100 receptions and the touchdown. So it's like he's a complete wide receiver. It's not like he's a one-trick pony or just running deep and catching 60 balls or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. It's insane, bro. It's absolutely insane. And then Coble with the final super chat, $2 holler. Thanks, Smitty. Needed the Hunter positivity. It's so wild. I feel like we're on an island though by ourselves. People are come around and then not, and then have come around and not. I mean, at some point in August, I think that there'll be more hype behind it. But I feel like we're the only community you can find that understands what's really going on here. Let me go over to Rock Out. Final thoughts.
Yeah, you be hearing like ESPN sending like misinformation, showing like videos from like last year, and then they have to re-apologize.
I mean, everybody's doing it right now because unfortunately people are posting them left and right, and you trust the source. You you clip it, and you put it up. It is what it is. I mean, a lot of people are doing that. Should ESPN have a little bit more control over that? I put up a fake one of, or not fake one, a old one of Caleb. And honestly, when I first clipped it, I didn't know, and I'm like, oh, there's Eberflus in the background, but I put it up anyway, and I put, what did you notice? And everybody's like, it's an old video. I just put the caption, I put in the video, I put like an overlay that says, what do you notice? And then, but in the caption, I wrote about what has been going on with Caleb. And it's just, I couldn't find the interception video from yesterday, so I just put up an old interception. It's the same thing. It looks exactly the same. People get so mad in the comments, but I did. In fairness, I put, because when I realized it was old, I put, "What do you notice?" And everyone's like, "That he sucks," and then there's a lot of people going, "That it's old. This is an old video. This is Caleb Williams propaganda." And in the caption, though, the bigger thing that I put in the caption of the Instagram video was that, at practice yesterday, well, I guess 2 days ago. Well, no, if it's past midnight for you, 2 days ago. Yeah. But yesterday, Caleb Williams walked out there, threw a pick six immediately, or not pick six. He threw an interception immediately, and then couldn't line up fast enough. And Ben Johnson said, "You're out," and he pulled the entire 7 off the field. You're out. You're out. You're out. Like, how embarrassing, man. I know he's still learning, so this wouldn't happen to a veteran, but at the same time, like that's bad. Can you imagine someone went up to Joe Burrow like, "You're out." Joe Burrow, what? What'd you just say to me? You're out. Caleb just, I don't know. All right, I got to go. Rock out. Appreciate you, bro.
All right, cool.
Later. Yeah, the main one everyone's talking about is that Brandon Cooks practice or camp touchdown, and they thought it was Pickens. But in fairness, though, so many people are now posting these things, and then they get picked up. And then, honestly, if you're trying to clip something from ESPN, and then you get caught up because you're trusting ESPN, and it can happen. There's so much stuff going on right now. I don't really put too much blame on anybody for posting something wrong. I posted mine. I clipped it wrong, and then I posted it. my poor Bear fan followers. I love my Bear fans. I love, my Niner fans. It's just the teams that are. I'm hard on the teams and not hard on the fan base. Well, I sometimes am hard on the Niner fan base because they rip into their players.
Well, yeah, those two fan bases, I understand they're hopeful, but some of them have to get a little more realistic.
Yeah. All right. Anything else, Travis?
Nope. Talk to you later, Smitty.
All right, later, bro. Appreciate you. All right, guys. I'm out of here. Thank you all for my super chats. Thank you, Coble, $20 holler, Coble, Poppy, Sam, RD, Sam. Garrett, Bryce, Dean with the $20 hauler to start off the show. Dean, you monster. Appreciate every single one of you. Don't forget, if you missed out on drafting tonight, you can go on over to Underdog. The link is pinned in the live chat. The link's in the description. Code Smitty gets it done as well. I'm going to go over to Patreon right now. $10 per month. Cancel anytime. Try it. Try it. It's in the description of every video. So if you're looking for the link later and you go, where's that link? Go to any of my videos. Look at the description. You'll see Join Smitty's Patreon. And there's the link right now. $10 a month. You can cancel anytime. Try it. It's a cup of coffee. And if you sign up for all the months up front, I think you get like 1 or 2 months free. If you sign up for, so I think you get it for like right around 10 months at the whole year at the cost of 10 months if you sign up in advance. But you can do $10 a month monthly, and it's awesome. It's just 365 24/7 live chat group. I'm live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, every single Monday through Friday. Also, whoa. Thank you again, Coble. I am doing the 40, I think it's now 42-day challenge before kickoff. So 41, 42 days, whatever it is, before NFL kickoff on Thursday night football week 1. And I would like you all to join me to do something to better yourself, whether it's treating your significant other better, whether it's losing weight, whether it's gaining weight, you want to gain muscle, whether you want to eat better, whether you want to exercise every day or whatever. Join me. I'm going to drop down to 200 lbs. I'm already at about 213 from 217. And I'm intermittent fasting. Not every day am I intermittent fasting. I think I'm doing it 4 days a week is the idea, because of schedule and things that I got to do. And there's some days where I especially like on Sundays too, when I'm watching football, doing all these streams. I know I'll be kind of, at the point already week 1 kickoff, but I want to continue it, so I'm getting in a rhythm. But plus intermittent fasting every day is really hard. I think you quit and you're not successful. So I'm going to try doing it 4 days a week. And I'm running at least once per day, a mile and a half, but I'm trying to run twice. That's not a guarantee, but I'll run at least once. I'll work out every single day. And I quit drinking Mexican Coke. And I might pick it back up, 1 or 2 a day when I do pick it back up once I'm down at 200 lbs. And I'll maintain. I won't get it back. I'm always maintain what I'm at. If I'm at 220, I'm at 220 no matter what. If I'm at 210, I'm at 210 no matter what. So I just got to get there. That's just the way my body and metabolism works. Everybody's different. So once I get to 210, I'll incorporate some things back in, but I'll be working out. And when you weigh less, you work out better. If you go running, it's hard. You run 20 pounds lighter, then all of a sudden you can keep running because it's easier. It's not as hard on your body and your knees and all that. But pick something, put your receipt right now in the chat so everybody reads it, so you feel accountable for it. What do you want to work on? Rachaad wants to go 12,000 steps a day. He already did it today. So pick something achievable, but something that is going to make your life better. Join me so that when opening day comes and you see your boy Smitty ripped. Right now I'm not ripped. I got mass there. It's not jiggling around. It's solid as a rock, but it's not defined on any level. You can't see anything. You can kind of see there's a little shadow, but there's nothing there. I'm going to be ripped. And I'm going to be down to 200 pounds. And I want when we get there and you're like, I remember when Smitty says, I want you to be at your goal too. Let's do it together. We can talk about it on the Patreon, so join that too. See you all tomorrow for multiple live streams, I'm sure. I'm live whenever big news breaks, like you see at the top of the screen. I'm down at the bottom of the screen. I'm live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern, the flagship show of the channel. And then I'm additionally live almost every single midnight. Appreciate you all. See you all tomorrow. 40-day challenge, baby. Do it live. Kruger, how many days do we have until Thursday kickoff of week 1 of the NFL?
We've got 42 days until the NFL's week 1 Thursday kickoff.
Is that including that it's already morning time, or you're saying that because it's not midnight for us yet, right? So in about what, 21 minutes, it'll be 41 days. Is that correct?
Exactly. Right now it's 42 days, but once we hit midnight, it'll drop down to 41 days.
Okay, so yeah, time is flying. 41 days for those on the East Coast. So those of you got 41 days left. Do it live, right, Kruger? Do it live, right? Stay loose, stay liquid. Do it live.
Absolutely. Do it live. Stay loose and keep that energy going. We'll be counting down every day.
Deuce if you're loose. Later.
This is stay loose and catch you next time.